It was the first time he'd been to a theme park. Bray smiled slightly to himself, thinking how ironic it all was. His family didn't have a lot of money when he was growing up, which is why most of the time they had gone camping on vacation. His brother Martin had always wanted to go overseas, visit one of the famous destinations he had seen only in brochures or in commercials. And now here he was. Bray had made it to an actual amusement park. Bray cautiously hobbled around the ruins, vigilant in case those who had graffitied and damaged the place still remained. He needed to find food, drink. Walking through the fairy tale themed fantasy village, the cosy storybook buildings with their plastic wooden beams and atmospheric arching roofs, Bray spotted a vending machine inside one of the houses, itself another shop. Entering slowly in case someone was inside waiting to ambush him, Bray saw toy cuddly knights and damsels in distress inside the machine, waiting for someone to rescue them. In another section, there were some chocolate bars. Bray picked up a witch's broomstick left on the floor in the shop and used it to smash through the glass. Then he grabbed the chocolate bars inside, left well past their sell-by date, and ravaged began to consume the bars, savouring the food. The sweetness, even though the chocolate was stale and tasted horrible. Bray suddenly heard laughter, the sound of young children giggling. Was he imagining it? Was this whole theme park nothing but a dream? The high-pitched squeals of delight rang out again, and Bray knew that he wasn't hearing things. There were definitely some children around, somewhere nearby. He stealthily stepped out into the twisting fairy tale street, taking cover as he carefully made his way towards the source of the sounds of laughter. Skirting the sides of the buildings, Bray peered around the corner of the street, poised in case he needed to put up a fight, his body tense with adrenaline. He noticed a young girl and boy. They had to be no more than 7 or 8 years old. They were sitting either side of a seesaw in the shape of a dragon, bouncing happily up and down, laughing merrily as they took turns soaring vertically. The boy wore a far too big fighter pilot's helmet on his head, the girl a tattered, filthy fairy tale princess dress. Bray breathed out a sigh of relief, his body relaxing. They would be no danger to him, but he had to make sure there were no other threats around. Stepping out into the street slowly so as not to frighten them, Bray approached, his hands held up as if in surrender. "Hello," he smiled, his lips dry and cracking open. The 2 kids stopped swinging on the seesaw, turning to see Bray before them. They screamed suddenly in fright, terrified by him. I mean you no harm," Bray said, hobbling towards them, his legs searing in pain. The girl and the boy took off, panicked expressions on their faces, determined to get away from the stranger in their midst. "Please, wait!" Bray yelled out, and began to chase after the kids. He must look threatening, he thought, having been in the wilderness for so long, his face unshaven, hair matted, his filthy clothes torn, covered in dirt. Blood. Moving as fast as he could, Bray gained on them. "Please stop! I'm a friend! I mean no harm!" Bray called out, though it did nothing to reassure the terrified kids. The young girl and boy raced through the entrance of what must have once been the foyer of a large administrative-looking type of building, and he quickly followed. "Hello," he called out, his voice echoing as he paced around. "Please, Is there anyone there? Bray shouted, his eyes darting fervently, trying to catch a glimpse of the kids, of anyone. Spotting movement, just a tiny shadow, Bray walked up to a reception desk in the large foyer, his feet crunching on the floor, trampling broken glass and layers of dust. Peering over the side of the reception, Bray saw the younger girl and boy huddling together, doing their best to hide. "I'm begging you. Please help me," Bray implored. They looked up at him, terrified that he had found them. Maybe they didn't speak English, Bray reasoned. They might not understand him. What could he do? He stretched closer, his hands held out wide open, showing he meant no harm. The kids recoiled, screaming, and Bray noticed their eyes were looking not just at him, but at what was behind him. Bray turned to see, but it was too late. Struck on the back of the head from behind, Bray collapsed into a heap, losing consciousness.